What's up, everybody? This is the good Colonel Freeze here, casting the first game of the inaugural PL Amateur Whatever tournament. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Italian stallion himself, GrathTelkin, playing as the blue Protoss. In the top left corner, we have the purple Protoss, MissEmoPants. And this game is going to be a literal slapfest of retardation. I'm going to run this at double speed as this game does drag in the middle, as we've already seen it. But we are seeing some interesting probe play, a little proxy pylon from Grath. While EmoPants sends out her scout. With players not really doing some optimal mining, just kind of slamming those probes in there. Doing what they will. But we do have this proxy pylon and the proxy gateway going down from Grath, so we're going to see an early 2-gateway zealot all-in, perhaps. And EmoPants not far behind on her gateway and an assimilator in production. And she does have a scout in Grath's base, and she's obviously going to see that something fishy is going on here, and there's literally nothing being produced inside of his main. And that gateway does finish. We're going to see zealot production kick in momentarily. Or we should. There it is. He is chronoing that zealot out. Emo drops her cyber core. And she is going to scout out those 2 gateways. So she must know that the zealot rush is incoming. Yep, she's going to block off her ramp with pylons. Grath a little bit slow on his production. Not too many zealots getting cranked out, only 2. There we go. He did waste some of those minerals on a forge and a pylon. Kind of a mistake there, as if he had just set a rally point up that ramp and produced additional zealots, he would have been able to do a lot more damage, but as we have now, Emo has a full wall off, a sentry, and a stalker, and Grath's going to try and push through with the zealots. And Emo's going to pick off at least 1, and does reestablish a full wall off with an additional 2 gateways, and Grath's kind of a bit of trouble here. He's going to continue producing these zealots, but I don't think he's going to get through. He's just going to keep losing stalker after stalker to rated units. But Emo does this rolling process, and the stalker doesn't get through. There's still too many range units to be able to accomplish anything here. And we'll see if the zealots get picked off. And continued zealot production with Chrono, so Grath is not going to give up this easily when he probably should. And Warp Gate Tech is now finished. So Emo's going to be able to warp in units as she pleases. Possibly with her proxy pylon down at Grath's natural. So another engagement here. Grath uses zealots left, right, and center. And we're going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to pick off that pylon and stop production entirely. Grath is going to lose his proxy gateway, so that's a big blow for him. As well as 2 probes that were hanging out there, apparently. So right now, GrathTelkin's consisting of basically a forge and 2 gateways. His army is non-existent, with Emo with 6 stalkers and 1 sentry. A little bit of an econ advantage as well, having superior probe numbers and dropping the Nexus, so it's not too long before Emo firmly takes hold of the econ advantage. Although Grath does have a ridiculous amount of minerals. 1,600 minerals at this point, and he's going to establish a great wall of pylons and cannons and just make this very difficult for Emo to do anything. He's using his proxy pylon here in kind of the top middle-ish area of the map. And Emo's going to march down and join her units from her main down here into Grath's natural, where she's dropping a proxy robotics. Interesting, we don't see that a lot. Like I said, the lower levels of play, you're going to see pretty much everything. We're going to speed this up a bit. Pull the production tab as you see Emo's Nexus is going to be finishing. She's going to establish production there. She's going to start cranking out Immortals, more probes, have a little poke up the map and see the cannon wall. She's not going to risk it without those Immortals that do a whole bunch of damage. against cannons. So Grath dropping some gateways. I believe he's going to be resuming his Zealot production, considering he does not have a Cyber Core, does not have Warp Gate tech at the 11-minute mark. I'm sorry, the 12-minute mark. There is the Cyber Core. He is mining gas now for the first time this game. He's going to add a few cannons here. And Emo seems content to just continue Immortal production and get that big ball of death and roll up the map. And she is getting her +1 upgrades, which help immensely for those Immortals. Yep, there we see it. Grath's going Zealot heavy army again. It's not going to be too effective until the enemy breaks that wall. It should do some damage considering the weakness of Stalkers to Zealots once they actually catch up with them. And 2 Starports finishing for Grath. So possibly going to see some Void Ray play as Emo researches +2 weapons and armor, and Blink is adding more Immortals to the mix. And looks to be dropping her 3rd Nexus momentarily. And there it is. So Zealots, some more Zealots for Grath as he's supply blocked a little bit. And an Observer to go poke out and see what's going on. But Emo firmly in control of this game. She has Warp Gate tech, she has Immortals, she has Stalkers and Sentries, and Grath has Cannons and Zealots, and maybe a couple Void Rays. And with that Observer, Grath gets a little bit of vision, and he's gonna poke out with it a bit. It's not really gonna matter in this game. So we take a look at the Income tab. Emo decidedly in control of this game. Here we go, Emo blinking up into the cannon line. That's probably a bit of a mistake, because as soon as those Zealots get through, those Stalkers are going to get torn up. Grath's reinforcing with some more Zealots. Those Void Rays are doing work. Picking off the Sentry. And the Zealots wiping out the Stalkers entirely, moving down the ramp. Those Immortals are doing a lot of damage, but they have no anti-air capability. Stalkers are coming in to reinforce and trying to kill these Void Rays. She's going to be able to... I'm sorry, Grath is going to be able to pick off almost all of the Stalkers again. So Emo obviously still going to win this game, but not the best of pushes up that ramp, although she did manage to eliminate almost all of the cannons. All of them that mattered. But she has a stupid amount of resources, so... Yep, with her anti-air capability restored, she's going to march up that ramp, pick off that last Void Ray, and start gunning down Zealots. Kind of good fortune play there. And Grath with the slightly unconditional fuck you. And that's going to do it for Game 1. And we'll be back momentarily with Game 2 of this series. Stay tuned.